That is an incredibly frustrating and shady situation. You have every right to be pissed off, especially since they just watched it happen. To answer your question directly, yes, storage facilities have insurance, but it usually protects their business, not your belongings, unless you can prove they were negligent. Here is exactly how the insurance side of this works and why the details you mentioned are so important. How storage facility insurance works. Standard storage contracts are usually written to protect the owner at all costs. Your stuff. Normally, facilities require the renter to either provide proof of their own renter's insurance or buy a specific storage insurance policy through the facility to cover stolen or damaged items. Their property, the facility's own commercial insurance, covers damage to their buildings and protects them against liability lawsuits. The negligence factor, your leverage. Even if the contract says they aren't responsible for stolen goods, that protection flies out the window if they are actively negligent. If their actions, or lack of actions, directly led to your $5,000 minus $7,000 antique wardrobe getting stolen, their commercial liability insurance should be on the hook to pay you out. You have 3 massive red flags working in your favor. The secretary's admission. The fact that the secretary admitted to watching 4 or 5 unauthorized people go in and out of your unit without stopping them, questioning them, or calling you is a massive failure on their part. The cut lock. If the owner is the one who used his grinder to cut your heavy-duty lock off and then just left the unit completely unsecured, he actively compromised your property. The broken promise. He acknowledged the broken latch and explicitly promised your mama he would fix it while you were still renting it, but failed to do so. What you should do next. Keep the police report handy. Calling the cops and filing that report was exactly the right first move. This creates an official paper trail of the theft and the value of the missing wardrobe. Make sure you get a physical copy of that report as soon as it's available. Get everything in writing. Stop communicating with the owner over the phone. Keep texting him so you have written proof of him ignoring you or refusing to pull the camera footage. Demand their insurance info. Let the owner know you are holding the facility responsible for negligence due to his staff admitting they watched people rob the unit, and demand the contact information for the facility's commercial liability insurance provider. Did Martha happen to purchase a tenant insurance policy through the storage company when she first signed the rental agreement? Or do you have a copy of the original contract you can look over? Yes, Martha absolutely can sue him for negligence and breach of contract, failing to fix the latch as promised, cutting the lock, and watching people rob the unit. However, she cannot just walk up to him tomorrow and sue him on the spot. A lawsuit has to be officially filed with the court and served to him by a constable or process server. Tomorrow shouldn't be about screaming, "I'm suing you," because the moment you say that, most business owners will completely stop talking to you and tell you to speak to their lawyer. Instead, tomorrow is about cornering him for evidence and insurance money. Here is the game plan for tomorrow, and the reality of how a lawsuit would actually work. The Mississippi court problem, $3,500 limit. Before Martha rushes to the courthouse, you need to know about a major hurdle with Mississippi's legal system regarding the value of that wardrobe. Small claims, justice court. This is the fast, cheap court where you don't need a lawyer. However, Mississippi caps justice court claims at $3,500 maximum, county or circuit court. Because you lost a $5,000 to $7,000 antique, getting the full value means you have to file in county or circuit court. This is a formal, expensive process that almost always requires hiring a lawyer. If Martha sues in justice court without a lawyer, she legally has to wave goodbye to anything over that $3,500 limit. That is why getting his commercial insurance to pay out voluntarily is your best case scenario. What Martha should actually do tomorrow. When she goes up there tomorrow, her goal is to gather ammunition and force his hand without making an explicit legal threat. Demand the insurance policy. She needs to walk in and say, "Your staff admitted to watching unauthorized people empty my unit, and you cut my lock off. I need the name and contact information for your commercial liability insurance provider